you in there. Now, the Pharisees believed in spiritual visitation as long as that spirit said what they wanted to hear. Y'all was so saying. As long as it said what they wanted to hear. Sound like y'all. Y'all don't mind a prophetic word of the Lord as long as it's the one you want. But when he starts walking down an avenue that you not going to put a detour sign in front of that open to make sure that God goes the opposite way, and then you get someone prophetic like me to see the detour sign and cross over it anyway. Cross over, go back in your alley, go around the thing that you just built a new shrubbery in front of. So this is Saul. So now Saul denied himself as a one-man wrecking crew in the name of God, but not the Lord. Are we clear? God, capital G, O-D, not the Lord, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, because the Lord is Jesus Christ. And they're not believing in him yet. This is the problem. They was calling anybody that was those of the way, they were being called heretics, which is what the Catholic Church still call people after certain time. Y'all was really quiet. They left your whole time yourself at that time. The Roman Catholic Church, that if you didn't side with their methodology, you were considered a heretic. And they were going to put you to death. They the ones who came up with all the witch hunts. Talk about they was on crusades. You on crusades for God, but you put folks to death. Something's wrong. Y'all really fine. Just like y'all can kill each other when you don't know each other's business. I really do not know my business. Just stay out of it.
That's right.
Because you're not going to pay for a change anyway. You just want my business because you ain't got no business. Just put my business on front. Get you some business you got everybody else. Anyway, Acts the 9th chapter. And then Saul, still breathing threats and murders against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked him letters from them to the synagogue of Damascus, so that if he found any of those of the way, whether men, women, that he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. They were called the way. They were not called Christians yet. Simplicity because Jesus had verbalized, I am the way, the truth, and the life, L-I-F-E, before he said life, L-I-G-H-T. Alright? If I find any of them other way, in other words, if I find any of them talking about Jesus, which is not what I'm talking about, let me find them and bring them back so we can put them in line here. How many of you know that it doesn't always work out like you planned? If you're going to do the will of God, it's not always going to work out like you planned. God will say something else right in the middle of your made-up mind. Right when you're doing it your way, he'll say something else. Because God always speaks up right before you stop believing. He always says something to change your mind when you have a particular mindset that's not working in agreement with his mindset for you. Oh, I can't get nobody else. Some of y'all looking at me because your life is so planned out, you got it so mapped out. Matter of fact, you got frustrated with the Lord this year because it's already September and stuff is supposed to be different right now. And because of New Year's resolution, it says no man. You promised you was going to lose weight this year, and this year almost over. You can gain 15, you can lose 10. Y'all real quiet.
Lord help us.
You making promises to yourself, so you know you're not making some promises to you, not keep promises you made to the Lord. Right? It's really quiet. Y'all still in action like that. Some of y'all man, you be alright, because I promise to bless you like I told you last time. I promise to bless you. I promise.
Amen.
I promise to tag some of y'all in the head.
Yes, you will.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
But as you turn, I didn't give y'all time to listen.
What is it?
The way to get to heaven is to turn right and go straight.
Wow.
The way to get to heaven is to turn right and go straight. I didn't say nothing about a U-turn. I said, turn right and go straight. Some of y'all are looking for all these little shortcuts. That's how you drive everywhere you go.
Amen. You ain't lying.
You couldn't give me a direct route to get somewhere if I asked you. Because you do all these back roads and...
Right.
When I used to be married to Pastor Smith and we used to go driving across country, and she'd be in her interstate, he also take them bypasses. I say, sweetie, can we please stay on the interstate? See, you ain't like me. I don't like to run out of gas. Y'all.
Amen. Yeah, it is not funny.
I don't even like my gas tank to get this side of a half tank. It will never be supported because if it gets this much of a half tank, I'm going to the gas station. I don't play that time. I know how far my car can go. I don't care about your little digital thing, 185 miles. No, thank you, that's okay. You're not going to be on a bypass in Louisiana.
That's right. You get that right.
When the bypass goes in Texas where it's so dark, if you put your head out, you feel the dark, you know the street light. Come on, I got 50 miles. Let's stay on the interstate. Well, but that's what the saints do. They look for shortcuts. But the only way to get there is to turn right and go straight. Y'all still with me?
Yeah.
Because a few of y'all been doing shortcuts. Everybody else is fasting. You was eating.
All right.
The longer they did eat, the more you did eat.
All right.
My church that I came out 19 years ago, almost 20 years ago now, before I did get married, was we was on a consecration. Our consecration in our church wasn't like that you ever saw. Most people could take it. Consecration in our church was you picked out an hour that you would eat. So my hour in my house was from 7 o'clock in the evening to 8 o'clock. And you couldn't eat nothing again until the next night at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8. Everybody can't take that. So everybody in our church was shrinking in a way, except for the ordinance. After one prayer, I said, Brother Alfonso, why are you getting bigger? We get something big. Child, y'all only eat one time a day. That's the only time I'm not eating. He said, I got 1 hour that I'm not eating. I said, what are you doing? He said, God didn't tell me to do this. I said, the whole church is away. He said, he didn't tell me. So now you know more than the pastor. He said, I didn't say that. I said, I'm just saying, God didn't tell me. I said, boy. And he was getting bigger and bigger. And everybody was getting slimmer and slimmer. But nobody had the guts to ask him what it means. If I'm the pastor, why would be here? I said, because the hour that we do eat, that's the only hour he's not eating. He said, I know that one. But Pastor, he said, when he's so young, I don't want to mess with him. I said, Pastor, you better Jackie. He said, no, you the woman that got you Jackie. I said, but you the pastor. But if that's my son, I get it.
Amen.
He said, that's her side, I get it. I said, Apostle, you've been commissioned by God by way of the mouth of the pastor that your happy self got to be on this consecration too. I said, my daughter's at home, who was really trying to be saved at the time, bless us, sweetheart. The devil was messing with the girl so bad because she's going to school every day and she's really trying to do the fast too. That she was having dreams at night of giant-sized burritos chasing her.